Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, did I not turn that off on my PC? Hold on. Where are you? There you go. There we go. Okay. That looks like it's up. I can't wait till I get everything else set up. Wait, what? Okay. It sounds like it's okay. Do I need to bring the mic closer? I'd rather it probably didn't, but I'll do that anyway. There's not enough room on this desk. What the? What? Hold on, I need to check that. What is this? Oh! Don't start it. Okay. Oh, is it not? Hold on. There we go. Okay. I wasn't sure. It looks a little blurry. Okay. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. I can't see. Let me there we go. That's what I need. One of those cameras that just follows everywhere it needs to be. It's December. It's time to draw. Don't have too much going on. Good balance. Okay, picture looks okay. We're gonna zoom in. We're gonna bring it down a little bit, but heck, just the way that the light changes. It's still blown out here. One notch? Okay. I don't know if I can do that. Can I do that? Just one notch? Can I just type it? No, it wants me to drag. Is that far enough down? Or is it too down? Oh, okay. That's fine? Okay. I haven't had a listen back. I've got a new mic I got for Christmas that I haven't plugged in yet. That'll be nice. And then hopefully I'll get a stream deck up. But we'll see. How about you, chat? Are you fine where you are? Do you want a little more uppies? There you go. A little more uppies? You're tiny, chat. Why are you so tiny? There we go. Why for art thou tiny? Don't want it too loud. Oh, 3 to 5 are loud? That's right. I forgot about that. We'll pull it down later. You want uppies. You got a little uppies. I didn't finish today's. I'm probably gonna have to do it tomorrow. I spent 4 hours painting cookies. All sorts of things. I've got a whole bunch of tests I gotta do tomorrow. Like medical tests, so. I feel like all I did yet today was like nothing but cookies. And it doesn't feel like it was a very productive day, but they're done. Sort of. So, it is what it is, it do what it do, and it be what it be. Is it me? A Ko-Fi stream bot? Why do I have a Ko-Fi stream bot? Okay. So we're gonna at least, we're not gonna get this inked at all today. There is no way I'm gonna get this at all inked because it actually needs to get traced onto good paper. So that's not gonna happen. We're just gonna see how far we get with this. If I finish today's later, it'll go up on all of, what do I got? It's on Cara, Artfol, Instagram, Blue Sky. I think that's where I'm posting it all at. So, one of those places. I did not finish today's. I just did not have the time. But yeah, because December is mega busy. Adjust this a little bit. There we go. Insanely busy December by standards of December, because yours has been quiet. It should be quiet, though. December should be quiet, or at least pleasant. That's the whole goal. So, we're gonna at least try and get this group shot of the boys. And the they. I have a they. There's a they in here. We're gonna try and get these boys all in there. Oh god, that is so old. That was like done in April. It was about the time when I think I finalized everything. I think March, April was when I finalized all the designs. We're gonna take a look at them as we work. We're gonna work around. Should be, our Decembers have never been quiet in the last 15 years. Yeah, cause like fucking us, dude. We're fucking nutso. So I've been working on this new series. It's, let me take TF2 and Tenchi Muyo and file off the serial numbers a little bit. Do some yaoi. It's been a while. It's been running on my Tumblr. I have, oh yeah, Tumblr. I also post on my Tumblr. I don't think I have that posted in the link tree. I might. I don't have the main Tumblr. I have the Tumblr for this series, though, linked on there. I might just link the regular one. I haven't decided yet. So we've just been working on these. We're just going to put them in a nice little Christmas photo. We're going to yap. Because I'm cringe and free. The whole point of this is to fit them all in here. And they're fitted. It's just perspective's off. This chair is going to drive me nuts. But we're not going to worry about the chair. We're just going to worry about the people in there. And we're going to start... I'd say we should start for one side and move all the way over, but fuck that. I've never been one of those kind of people who, like, he does things the normal way. We're gonna start with order of who I created in what order. Which means we're gonna be jumping all over. If you want to count this art thing I'm doing for secret thing... no, I won't, because I would rather that be separate. Because it's gotta go into the album collection. It does not go... Don't worry about that. I got this. I'll figure it out. Once tests are over, I'll be in a holding pattern for a few days. That means I can work. Don't worry about it. I got this. And if it's just tests and I don't go through with procedures, that's okay too. I can show you a little bit what today's was supposed to be. So I have a whole bunch of backgrounds I pre-did about a year or two ago when I started doing more collages because I bought too much paper. And this has, it's like a gift tag and it's glittery. It's not as glittery on camera as it is IRL. It's a lot more glittery IRL. We're gonna put people on there. At least that was the idea. I don't know. It should work out. The emphasis on the should. I'm just running on fumes today. But it's fine. It's fine, chat. I got this. So let's just start from the top of who we started creating. Who did I load into the image first? Oh, we loaded Doc. Okay, that's the main character anyway. He is so fucking different! Okay, chat, you're gonna have to move. Don't worry, chat. You get to still be uppies, but you get to be over here now. I'm gonna move you up. So you're gonna scroll your stuff out faster, and I apologize. Here you are. A little tinier. Do I record in 1080p? I don't know. You get to be over here, chat. There you go. Pat, pat, pat. He's so different looking. I think I did this in mid-December when I started. The first one was started in December. The last one was finished in like beginning of April. So this motherfucker is so different. I don't even know why we've got like the old sketches, but that was all I was able to upload to my PC. It's Doc. It's my little Blorbo. This is what he looks more like now. So different. Yes, I have a photo card holder for him. Why wouldn't I? So we're gonna start with Doc because Doc is the first one, which means he's over here. It's on this side. Probably should start with Cap. Cap, he gets a pass. We're also starting with Doc because he is literally the only one I have a holiday outfit for. So Bro got hit with a yassification beam. I'm gonna move the camera all the way over here. I have actually the camera anchored in like a totally different spot of my desk. It's actually hooked up. It's anchored in the upper left. Usually it's in the lower left of my desk. And we're gonna see if we can fit everybody. The biggest problem we have today. Oh yeah, I am gonna have to turn this one down.
Let's have a little look in the old tin.
Is it too far down? Crap. I think my headphones are dying. What we're gonna have to do is
this just strawberry?
I still have. Okay. I'll plug it in a sec.
Oh my god, they've done it again.
He's the only one who has their outfit planned out, which is a problem, TM. Which means we're also designing outfits on the fucking fly. Also not something I recommend, which is probably what's gonna take up 2 hours of this time is fucking designing. I do have a design for it. He's the only one who gets one. Everybody else, we're gonna make it up as we go along. Holy shit. I mean, you know. Let me see if I can. I got it. Okay. I started working on this series as a way to deal with grief. So, you know. That's the long and short of it. Also, it had been a while since I've written Winging It Baby. That's how we do. Yeah, that is how we do. I do not recommend this. 10 out of 10, do not recommend winging outfits for 8 people. I took out the guidelines. I shouldn't have. So I've just been working on this for a year. I've come to some interesting revelations as we're closing out the year. I think the last time I was working hardcore on something that was being published, it was EQ. And that was 8 years ago? When we started EQ? 2016. So 9 years ago? 10 years ago? It went on hiatus like 5 or 6 years ago, so. I cannot move the paper over anymore. It's pushing up against the base. There we go. So it's been a while since I've worked on a yaoi front series. Yaoi forward. That's fine. I suppose it's not really always been my forte. It's with much older men. I think only 1 or 2 of them are in their 20s. So, you know. Learning how to draw middle-aged men, even though Doc doesn't look middle-aged. Didn't we start publishing EQ in 2012? Oh. You're right, I think it was 2012. So it's over 10 years old. But I definitely did stop posting long before that. When I took the Tumblr hiatus. So maybe you're right. Maybe it has been that long. I miss the boys. I'm not sure when I'm gonna get back to it, but it's always in the back of my head as being around. But I did take like a 2-month hiatus from also writing We Once Had Names, which is the name of the series. I hate the fact that you can never draw symmetrical eyes. Can I come even farther down? Not too much farther. camera is like right next to my mouth. I'm biting my camera, chat. My brain's fried. Anyway. Oh, I didn't make that announcement. Hold on. Ha ha! So yeah.
Let me take you on a trip. Let me take you on a ride.
Okay. You go over there. So I've only been working on this for not quite a year. It will be a year come January. I was sort of getting down the basics of seeing if I was going to turn this into its own thing. And it kind of turned into its own thing, so I'm not going to question it. When the gods deign you to do something, you do it. It's fine, they can wait their turn. New boys utterly to dismantle and rebuild. What do they call that? Wump? What do the kids call this shit these days? I'm so out of it. So I had to do a considerable amount of, like, filing off serial numbers. Certainly the designs help. The designs are, for the most part, very different from their source material. At least I like to think so. Starting here, though, that is very obviously very medic-coded, which is the whole point. But I didn't want someone like... I'm gonna spit in God's eye because obviously I can surgery better than God. That's not the kind of thing I wanted to start out with. I needed someone utterly broken. What do they call these days? The Blorbo? Where is that? Put the book off to the sides. I have no room. I would zoom out the camera, but then I'd have to zoom it back in, and I'm not feeling that life right now. So, that's the main character, that's Doc. Should we have him have the coat on? Like, the coat is the scrunkly. Thank you. All you newfangled fucking fanfic terms. Jesus Christ. Do we leave the coat on? I kind of want to, because the coat's kind of sexy, but I might leave the scarf off. I don't have a Copic problem with this, because this is all going to get painted eventually. So I think, honestly, we leave... the coat's going to be a bitch to draw sitting down. We'll put it in. Like I said, I don't think we're going to finish tonight at all. I need to twinkify you a little bit more. That's my specialty, chat. Twinks. And I've got a couple of bears in here, and that's been hard on me. Mostly because I can't draw that. But Doc does have my glasses. I do have rectangular glasses. However, they are the same glasses that Treble has, too. Treble does have the same style of glasses. I draw them the same way. They don't have frames on the top. Oh god, hi! Caustic acid. Bears! Yeah, no, he's back here. It's good. That's Gunslinger. He's in the back. I don't know, do we count Techie as a bear? He's kind of chunky. I don't know. We'll get to him at some point. We're on Doc right now. It's kind of at an angle. Kind of. Thankfully, I can be as messy on this sketch as possible because it's going to get traced later. So it doesn't really matter about how neat I am for this portion. It just has to be neat enough for me to see through. So the lines can't be that horrible. How many buttons is this? It's 2. So that goes there. There we go. Let's start it out. Techie? You can, yeah. Techie's a bear. Techie's an otter adjacent. Oh, then bear adjacent. Not as hairy as an otter. Oh. So what you're saying is I need to add more hair, is what you're telling me. That's what you're telling me, is to go farther. Push further beyond. I don't have a problem with that. It's one of the first times I've ever drawn a character who was, like, overtly chubby. I kind of like it. I like chubby forms. It's kind of nice. Otter is kind of hairy. Ah, I see. I see. I'm learning. I'm learning. Oh, maybe we're gonna leave the coat off, chat. I think we're gonna leave the coat off. I kind of like the vest being out. Doc and Trickster are, like, very much gentlemen with... I do see cuffs, so it does... He does not roll his... He's not gonna roll his sleeves on this one. Can't take that shortcut. I mean, Techie is technically a Zenji, but blonde. I guess Enji could be blonde. I don't know. Don't want to drive to the fucking valley again. It's a Christmas portrait? Yeah, it's a Christmas portrait. I'm doing this way early. This is meant to be for the 16th. I didn't even do today's. Today's isn't even done. I'm tired. Oh, you've got boots on. Motherfucker. Okay. Well, it's a good thing I brought this up. I'm sorry you have to drive to the valley. That is no fun. Are you driving today or tomorrow, Caustic Acid? Fuck the police. Yeah. Yeah, fuck the police. For real. I mean, do not do that. Take them out to dinner first, chat. Always take them out to dinner first. Buckles are on the inside. Oh, these are his defaults. You'd think I'd know that, seeing as how I fucking created this poor guy. Anyway. I wanted you to think of, like... What if Medic was just a pathetic little wet dog abandoned in the snow? That's Doc. What's that? That's just a Mises Blue? Mises Blue Medic? Yes, you were correct. There's gonna be a lot of lore drop in, like, tonight. I think I'm gonna just... We're gonna dispense with formalities, and I'm gonna tell you guys all the secret sauce about what was made and how it was made. Like, all of my series, this came from a dream. I had a dream. The dream was the end of the series, so I can't tell you what the dream was. But I have a particular pairing in mind, and that is a thing. So, Doc is our sad little German Blorbo. He had lived, and I believe I have, it's Warstein. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, because I don't speak German. I barely do German when I like, cosplay as Medic. Doc, in his 40s, when he was 20, he was about ready to start becoming a doctor. He was a doctor. He had finished his residency. I think that's how that goes, right? You finish a residency and then... let's bring that up a little bit. There we go. And then you start, right? I don't know anything about this. Research. Do I need to start a new... Pathetic little bratwurst of a man, and we love him for it. Don't call Doc pathetic! He is, though. Okay, so this is the last track on here. I'm gonna open up your main page on a different tab, though. Okay, we're gonna do Battlemania after this. Okay. You have to keep me on the hook for that, Decon. If you're on music duty, if you're awake enough, if it goes quiet because I haven't switched albums, just let me know. So Doc had finished his residency. He was actually gonna be a pediatrician. I don't believe he actually mentions what kind of medicine he was going into in episode 4. This just dropped. I dropped episode 4 a few weeks ago. I gotta drop chapter 2. He was meant to be a pediatrician, and then his license got revoked. And he doesn't know why. The reason why is Doc has a cousin. His cousin is the surgeon. Surgeon is the head of a very big pharmaceutical company. They make wonder drugs. They also make immortal soldiers. Sort of like a super soldier serum, except it makes you immortal. Hey, Sam! Good morning! Don't call Doc pathetic. Oh, look, don't call a spade a spade. I get it. You leave him alone. He is pathetic, and that's why I love him. They're cousins. They look exactly the same, though. I never made a reason for it. I don't really care to make a reason. They just happen to have the same face, almost. Actually, I do have something that hasn't been published that... This is a sneak peek. I was doing all the birthday images. Everybody gets a birthday image. So I can show you Doc's at least. I drew them all for the birthday. Everybody has a different month for the birthday. He's February. He is my birthday because I say so. He also has my haircut. That's what my haircut looked like at the beginning of the year. That was Doc. Surgeon's birthday is sometime in December. He doesn't have like a real day because he's a vampire. I'm not going to explain that. Surgeon's a vampire. They look exactly the same, except his eyes are a different color and his glasses are round. That's really the only difference. Oh, he's taller. If I remember correctly, he's taller than Doc. I think Doc's like 5'10" in my head. 5'9", 5'10". He's not tall. Techie's the shortest. I think Techie's like 5'6", 5'7". He's a short stack. Doc is taller than that. He is an Aquarius, yes. And his intended boyfriend, although that may change, and you didn't hear that from me, but you heard that from me. He's a Taurus. His third boyfriend. Doc's the main character. It's a harem story. It's a BL romance, because I say so. Your hand needs to be bigger. I hate hands. So, his cousin recruited him to work at the mansion in the middle of Warstein, which is like actually in the Arnsberg Forest. I did choose that the entire mansion and the facility that he'd be working at is in the middle of a national forest. So you wouldn't find it. Because eccentric German doctors. Where he was forced to work on, and Doc was forced to work on, this does not have a pocket. No, it doesn't have a pocket, so I don't have to draw one. Where he was forced to make immortal soldiers. And the sad thing is that the serum that they have, despite decades of use and different iterations, has a, like, 87 to 92% failure rate. It's a really terrible failure rate. And that's just to survive the inoculation. If you survive the inoculation, you also have a really big chance of going absolutely nuts. Like, you literally lose your mind. It's a high failure rate. Doc's been working at this place for 20 fucking years. And he has never been able to leave. And the first episode starts where he starts interviewing a sniper who was caught on the premises, either trying to murder him or Surgeon. But because they look exactly the same, the snipers botch the shot, and that's where the first episode starts. So, Doc is our precious little pathetic bratwurst Blorbo, because he's been forced to make immortal soldiers, forced to watch them die, go nuts. It sucked. He hated it. But tragedy is the name of the game. Tragedy is always the name of the game. Switch it over to next. Surgeon is a good gig for a vampire. Yeah, quick access to blood, exactly. And the people who are here in this stream are the only ones who are going to know that right now, because I'm not actually dropping that until, like, episode 6? And we just started episode 4 on Tumblr, and episode 4 is 4 chapters. No, 3 chapters. It's 3 chapters, but they're really long chapters. So, Surgeon's a vampire. Doc, though. Nope. I think my headphones died. Give me a sec. Do I have... I don't. You know what? I don't really... I can't do that either. I should have charged you. Turn on. Bratwurst Blorbo sounds like a Primus song. Oh yeah, they're totally dead. I tried turning them on and they immediately turned back off. I don't want to work in silence. I don't want to watch. Oh shit, what fell down? Oh, that was my keyboard. What can I do? I guess we'll just have to use the old ones. These old wired crusty ones. Thanks, Pioneer! Pioneer says, I got you, fam. Alright. They got like the little... The stuff is disintegrating. Where do you plug in? Oh, you plug in into the microphone. Where though? Okay, there we go. Technical difficulties. Yeti. Perfect. Now I can hear it here. Oh, I didn't miss much. I'm only on track 2. So Doc's whole thing is he's been wanting to leave. He can't leave. He's tried to leave. Terrible things happened when he tried to leave. Is there a character who's dealt a shit hand that I've ever... Is there a character that hasn't dealt with shit? Pilot. Pilot's not in this picture because he retired. We'll get to it later, but the mercenary band that Doc joins later. Pilot used to be one of the founding members. Pilot got married, got himself a cute Korean wife. They have a cute little girl. She's 5 years old. He has a happy ending. He only shows up in the first, like, season in episode 6. He's the pilot that's gonna pick him up in the VTOL. He's the only one that gets his happy ending. Everybody else, torture's on the table. Oh, you mean after the inoculation? Oh, yeah, after Surgeon makes them into immortal and they pass and they don't die and everything actually turns out hunky-dory, he sells them. So it's actually like he sells them as soldiers. So once they're sold, they get mercenary bands, world governments, mob bosses. There aren't many, so the waiting list is huge. And it's all a pretty terrible life. I mean, you can't die, but you feel it. You feel it while you heal. It's not a pleasant experience. I love you, Doc. You're so inspired. You're the easiest one tonight. It's gonna be the easiest one. Yeah, that looks pretty solid to me. We love Doc. Doc's he hated it. He never wanted to do it. He couldn't leave. But now he had a chance to leave. Fuck it. Who did I create next? I know who I created next because I'm gonna flip over. We'll get to him later. Let's work on Sniper next. Sniper's the third character I made. That's the guy who broke him out. He's up here. He is the first love interest, I would like to say. That may change. I realize I have to make Pilot a last job till retirement quip and put up every deadline I can, only not to kill him for the bit. I can do that for you, Decon. I would love to do that for you. Bro's coasting. I love him. I will, and as we go through this, I will probably go through and I will let you guys know who is who, because like I said, it is TF2 with the file number serialed off. The reason why I say Tenchi Muyo is because Tenchi Muyo is it's a harem, which is the whole point of this. Doc is Tenchi. Not literally, but kinda. And he is the main character. So we're gonna switch out our... Well, actually, hold on. That's one page. I can show off the pages before we do this. Let me cancel that. This is the whole first page when I was designing Doc. He's the only healer. Which you don't really need that when your entire company is immortal. More on that later. But that's okay, because there are other things that he can do. He can heal, like physically heal. He's like a cleric. He sucks at guns. Just kind of looking over there. His hair is white. Anybody who has taken the immortal serum, especially the one that he was working on before he left Surgeon, it turns your hair white. The indicator of being immortal in this series, in this universe, is if your hair is white. So, since he's naturally immortal, his hair is white. His hair is entirely white. Let's see. Eldritch Notch tie, because that's sexy. That's just basically like what his default looks like. So let me open up the second page before we move on. It's a slow pace tonight. Here we go. Okay. And we're gonna see some real old sketches of characters. Like Sniper looks completely different in this, and PK, which is the younger man next to him. Doc gets cold easy. He's a sweets fiend. Yeah, there's a bunch of different little things in here. Trishter got him addicted to Viet coffee. There's some details in here that are just like stupid little details that do come up, but they're not plot always. He's a giant sweet tooth. Moderate appetite. He actually has a very low appetite starting out, but once he's out, this guy is always eating sweets, like parfaits, soda. Well, no, he doesn't drink soda, I think is what I said. He drinks his tea straight. But cafe soda, that is his fucking jam. His old name used to be Felix. That, I believe, is already revealed. Or it's gonna be revealed. Now, everybody goes by, because it's like TF2, everybody goes by their role name. So, he's the doctor, aka Doc. His original name was Felix. I think his last name may be Weiss? That may be a pseudonym. I don't know. I haven't decided. He heals the quickest, but he also gets sick. He can actually catch colds and flus. He can actually get sick, susceptible to most poisons. They'll have to just run their course. But he does get sick easy because he's naturally born. Nobody else can get sick, just him. And he'll work himself to death. He has a situationship with Sniper. We'll talk about that when we get to Sniper. They are old friends, according to this, but they befriend each other in the story. So there's outdated info in a lot of these pages too. He has the tendency to keep things in his body because he's immortal and it doesn't really bother him. So he'll keep bullets inside like parts of his body and he'll cut them out if people need them. Not everybody likes it. That's why I really like this little corner picture. Hilarious. Let me see if I can pump it up. Yeah, I'm gonna cover you really quick, chat. There we go. That's Doc. He's the main character. Let's move on. All right, let me catch up on chat. Sorry. Reminds you of the serum Wolfwood had to take. Yeah, he ages faster. Yes, that you stop aging on this drug, which is gonna suck for PK. Cause PK's like in his 20s. That's gonna suck for him. He's a twink forever. The twink. I really wanted the pilot spin-off where he's pulled out of retirement for one final mission. This episode 6 when they ask him, it's like, just one final one. We need you to pilot this VTOL to Germany. We may get fired on. You got this, right? I gave him a Scottish accent, so he sounds like Scrooge McDuck. That's Pilot. Pilot's a Scotsman. I do have a picture of him. Since he's not going to be here, I can actually show you what he looks like. So we once had names. Yapsesh. There we go. I have to tip it because it's in a thing. He's a handsome, handsome dude. And his daughter is an artist. So I love him. He's great. I gotta adjust the eyes to be a little bit more like gold yellow. It's gonna be a little different from Assassin. Assassin has eyes that are colored gold, but Assassin ain't here, and Assassin's an antagonist, so fuck that guy. We don't like Assassin. Terrible things for Assassin always. Barry. He's like Barry. Yeah, I would say that, like, obviously, Pilot is obviously Demo Man. So take Barry Burton and Demo Man. Take out the drunkenness, and that's Pilot. Make of that as you will. Oh, he has both eyes, too. I was really nice about that. I gave him both his eyes. I took somebody else's eye, though. Save your ass with a helicopter. Every episode, he's pulled up for one last job, and every episode is loaded with every cliche death flag, but he never dies. Yeah, he actually does get the serum. I don't have a reason for it, other than there's one dose left, and they voted, and he said he wanted it, so... You know... I don't have anything for that yet. That's like episode 12. Yeah, Wolfwood just got some great tatas. Wolfwood has great tatas. I needed to be able to draw those great tatas for Gunslinger. American Scottish, describing a Scottish character. Imagine a cartoon duck, yeah. I mean... Bricks only for Assassin. Yeah, nobody likes Assassin. I don't like... I mean, I like Assassin for what he is, but I don't like Assassin because Assassin is an asshole. Assassin was, besides Surgeon, one of the main motivators of abuse towards Doc. Poor Doc. Let's open up Sniper. Because we're gonna have to design his outfit. This is Sniper. He is a sniper by profession. He's not an Australian. He's a Kiwi. However, because it's a sci-fi show, it's a sci-fi series, and because I created it and I get to say whatever, he gets to keep his sexy little accent, but he grew up in Texas because he was best friends with the technician, aka Techie. Sniper is probably the second character I created for the whole series. I created Doc's eventual, what it was supposed to be Doc's official OTP. I created him second. Sniper came second. Sniper always comes second, because in this series, I like angst, and there's nothing more angsty than an S-class Yuri relationship, where, you know, two people are obviously in unrequited love with each other, and they can't be with each other. And that's Sniper. No, that's not all Sniper is, but that is essentially his character. Sniper was paid $100,000, which I've been told is above and beyond what you should be paying any hitman. There's a little bit, I don't like to do something, I don't want to call this realism, but I want logic in this series, because it's a sci-fi series. Also, it's yaoi. I wanted it to be above and beyond the craziest payout that he was never going to get, because he was never meant to complete the job, and that was to find Surgeon, either kill Surgeon, he doesn't know he's immortal, he doesn't know that mortals exist. If he has, he's never seen him. He's never known. Kill him, and either, like, get rid of all the research, or get his research. He didn't get that far. This poor bloke went into this facility, got in pretty far, drove a camper into the forest, walked 3 to 5 miles on foot, observed the mansion for about a day, saw Doc, immediately probably fell in love, he has no idea, immediate attraction, went to go for the kill and was caught by Assassin, and then thrown into their prison cell. And because he is a sniper, this is the first time anybody had gotten into the facility grounds in years, decades. That's how confident Surgeon thinks his entire operation is. They were going to use him as a test subject. So they did. He is the first one that you see in the series to undergo a hybrid formula. Alright, here's a lore drop that is something way in the future of the series. The main ingredient of making the Immortal Syndrome is synthesizing either Surgeon or Doc's blood, because they're immortal. Doc's blood never worked. That was the whole point of Surgeon bringing him into the whole operation, was to try and use Doc for that. It did not work. It was an incompatibility with Surgeon's formula, which used the base of Surgeon's blood. Couldn't work. Surgeon's a vampire. He makes his own blood. Theoretically, yes. Obviously, it's not very good blood, because his serum has a high failure rate. Doc finally got his to work. Doc's doesn't use... It uses the same base formula, but doesn't use anything from Surgeon. It just uses Doc's blood in a highly synthesized state. Surgeon found out that there was a component that Doc was working on for a few years. This is right before he leaves. And they use this as a hybrid formulation. Somehow he gets it to work where it hybridizes, and they use that on Sniper. So Sniper has a slightly different thing going on. He heals. It's quick. It's not super quick. He's not very good at dealing with poison. What do I do with Sniper immediately upon, he gets this? I put him through the ringer. Why? Because I can. I thought the secret ingredient was tarragon. I'm gonna put that in there. If I can, I'm gonna put tarragon in there because that sounds fun. This says a lot about society. I'm stunned I did not think of Groundskeeper Willie. Oh shit. And Groundskeeper, is Scrooge McDuck the only like Scottish cartoon character that isn't a drunkard that has a Scottish accent? Somebody check me on that. Because, Scrooge McDuck, Groundskeeper Willie, and Demo Man. And of those three, 2 of them are drunkards. I get the stereotype, but go Scrooge McDuck? Just thought I would put that out there. Anyway, because Sniper is Sniper, when you get the serum, a bunch of things happen to you. You become immortal. Everything else after that is a crapshoot. You can get a whole bunch of other cool things to happen. You can get, like, the ability to hold your breath up to 30 minutes. You get the ability for your skin to get really, really hard, so it's really hard to stab you. You can have what happened to Sniper, which is his hearing and his eyesight got crazy good. To the point that Sniper can actually hear, if you're standing next to him, he can hear your heartbeat. He can definitely hear through walls to an extent. He hates it. He gets used to it pretty quick. He also gets night vision. He's not the only one in the team who gets night vision, but he gets night vision. Cool for him. Bully for him, he hates it. The night vision thing he doesn't like. The hearing thing, also not great. That's just what the serum does. You get it, you live, a bunch of things happen to you, and it's usually things that you need, which is pretty cool. There is no explanation because I say so. Immediately after becoming an immortal and them escaping, and it was a very narrow escape, it wasn't a very easy escape, I ended up killing Sniper like 3 times. No, 2. I killed Sniper twice. In the episodes that they were leaving, the first time he dies is he gets shot through the neck in episode 3. Highly unpleasant situation. The second time is he gets his throat cut in episode 4. No, episode 3. Episode 2 he dies. Episode 3 he dies. Very brief. He pops back up like 90. He's at like a 90-second timer. Hurts like hell though. This is yeah. He also, before he was given the serum, he was cut on the face, and it never fully healed after he got the serum. So he has a permanent scar on his left cheek. Efficient reflects Scott's character codes. Pilot is a raging alcoholic. No, I had to take that away from him because he drives. He's a driver. I should keep a death count. I had to count how many people Sniper killed in the first couple episodes when they were in the escape, and it was like 19 people. But he killed Assassin 3 times, but we only count it once. Assassin, if you can figure it out, is also immortal. He's also super yandere, and that's why we don't like him, because he's super yandere about Doc. We don't like him at all. He's an asshole. Yeah, the advanced hearing allows you clarity to hear through walls is fantastic when you're destined to wind up in a sweaty man here with a lot of fucking pour one out for my boy. Yo, for real though? Yeah, for real? Yeah, absolutely. I like Sniper as being like the second character that got the most, like, I like him. Now, he is obviously based on Sniper from TF2, with a whole shitload of other problems. But he's best friends with Techie, who is the engineer with the serial numbers filed off. I'm gonna be doing that a lot. How about every time I have to say filed off, I pull out a file? Because I keep files by my desk. Don't ask why there's a circuit board. Yeah. Filed off. Oh, that's not a very good one. Do I have like a regular file? I have a flat file. Here we go. Filed off. I'm gonna put that there. We're doing great. 50 minutes in, I've got 2 people down. You're gonna go back to your house. Okay, no problem. He's also super tall, super skinny. I think he said he's 6'1". So I gotta make Gunslinger a little bit tall, because Gunslinger is gonna be like 6'4". I like Sniper. Accidentally, when I first was getting into TF2, I got, into the pairings, because the pairings are, exactly what everybody gets into. I was originally a Quick Fix fan, which is Medic Scout. Quick Fix. Yeah. Saw some tantalizing things for Speeding Bullet, which is Sniper Scout. Cute. Then I got into Bushmed, which is Sniper and Medic, and I never crawled out. So Doc's first guy, they don't consummate, they don't do anything about it, because as Doc puts it, we saved each other's lives in a very high pressure situation. Maybe what we're feeling isn't real. So they have an S-class Yuri relationship, which means they're never going to consummate it. It's always going to be unrequited. Because I'm a terrible person. And, yeah. That's where that went. But they are like ride or die. They had such a great chemistry when I first started writing the first 3 episodes, that I'm not sure that this is gonna be a permanent thing. Maybe they do get together. I haven't decided yet. It is more fun to have them on a will they won't they kind of like balancing act, because I kind of like that dynamic. On the other hand, I feel really bad for Sniper, because holy shit. Holy shit. I like the guy. He's a nice guy. Killed 19 people for the 2 of them. I mean, if that ain't like, hey, I'm in it for the long run, I don't know what is. Maybe what we're feeling isn't real. Narrator, it was, and they're morons. No, that is the #1 thing. I want to make up cute names for them, for the couples, but I'm not that clever. But no, they're absolute fucking morons. Should we not give him a hat? He usually has a hat. The hat is usually like a cowboy hat, though. I have drawn it better, though. I feel like I have. I have drawn that hat better. Do I have proof? I feel like I do. I do. I think I have a better one here. I have drawn it. It's got a whole bunch of bullets in the brim. He wears a poncho, mostly because there are two people who grew up in Texas. They both grew up in him and Techie grew up in Houston. And I figured the guy who is like a lanky beanpole looks better in a poncho than the guy who's a little bit on the chunkier side. You know? Now we gotta figure out an outfit for this guy. He's an outdoorsy kind of guy. Should we give him flannel? What's a good flannel? He's a nice guy. He killed 19 people. Yeah, real solid geezer. No, for real. Every time Doc says you're a nice guy, he goes, I'm a hitman. I know you were sheltered for 20 years, bro, but, I think he would have a hood. Let's... Now, these all might have subject to change as we go. Put a little turtleneck in there, like a heat tech. I can kind of see, like, a little bit of, like, tech wear. Although the tech wear thing is gonna be dynamite. And, like, a little of PK, in my opinion. I don't know. I'm tired of this damn camera getting washed out. Let me turn my lamp a little bit. There we go. Oh, yeah, and his hair doesn't turn completely white, because on Doc's formula, your hair only partially turns white, and it's kind of a crapshoot. His hair turns white on the bottom. So, he is... His family, his father, and his mom were farmhands. They moved out of New Zealand when he was like 6. They moved to Texas. I don't know why. We're working as farmhands there. Got a little farm out in the middle, out in the outskirts of Houston, and that's where he met Techie. And the two of them grew up together. Now this does have a little TF2 thing. The reason why I had those two grow up together and be like besties, they're like best friends, ride or dies. They just went into two different professions on the mercenary side, is because there's a really great, and I'm going to be recommending SFM films, so source film movies. I'm going to be recommending them all night. Their entire dynamic of a friendship comes from an SFM called, I believe it's called Endless Rust. And I believe, and there were only 2 episodes because the second episode was like so fucking bitchin' good. It probably took forever to animate because source film is not a very nice engine to do anything. I hear it's almost impossible to work with. So if you see those TF2 fan films and they're really well animated, give those people some credit because it's really tough to animate in. The one called Endless Rust it's a post-apocalyptic, robots have taken over the world, and everybody's scattered, and I believe it's the red sniper and the blue engineer end up, like, teaming up and, like, trying to just scrape by. It's very, kind of Last of Us-y. Like, two people just trying to make it in the world, and, like, it's really good. That's where I got the idea. I wanted those two guys to be, like, besties. So, that's where I got the idea. So, and there's gonna be a lot of, this is where I got this idea. You're only gonna hear it here. And then I never upload the VOD. Lol, 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 lol. I might, sure. Let's put a pocket on this. And then, like, make the sleeves really blousy. And then, like, I like to think that maybe it's got fleece. It's lined with fleece on the inside. That would be nice. It's very outdoorsy. He's a camper guy. He has a camper. His camper is decorated like my camper in Pocket Camp, though, because I don't have really. In my head, it looks like a camper from Pocket. His camper looks like a camper from Pocket Camp. So there's a little Animal Crossing in there. And the interview with the guy defending John Gotti. He was a great guy. What about the murder? What murder? I love that. Talent borrows, genius steals. AI steals and churns out crap. That is true. There is only going to be bad art from my hand here. I like to think it's maybe... Oh, no. No. Oh, no, that's a winter coat. Let me show you this. I drew up the sexiest fucking coat for this guy, right? And he loses it in the first episode. It's my favorite coat, and he loses it. So here's these sketches were done, I believe, like February, March? February, when I was still writing out the first episode. Look at that fucking sexy coat, dude! It's a little harder to see. I fucking love it! Also, I can't draw sniper articles. I'm sorry. It's just... I gotta learn how to draw guns for this. Middle-aged guys, guns, I'm fucked. But yeah. He gets a sexy coat. He doesn't get the sexy coat back. So he has to get a new one. So he gets this one. I like to think it's like dark blue. His image color, Doc's image color is like violet, lavender. I'd like to think Sniper's is probably... It's yellow, primarily, but he wears a lot of blue. Which is really weird. I don't have an explanation. Nor should I. Let's give him big-ass pockets down there. God, this chair is gonna be the death of me. It's based on one of my chairs I own. It's in the kitchen. I tried taking a picture of it. I don't think I took the right... I'll put in the legs later. I'll put in the legs later. That's Sniper. That's my boy. He puts up with so much. I love this guy. His hair... he is the second one I designed... yeah, he is technically the second one I designed, because... Decon actually designed two people for me. Decon designed PK, who is the scout proxy, and he designed Techie, who's the NG Techie. The NG proxy. He actually designed two of them for me, and then I buffed him out a little bit. Not really. I made him a little. I made one's a twink and the other is a fluffy little Texan. So, plot twist: he finds the coat again unexpectedly in a thrift shop. Oh my god, that would be fucking hilarious. That would be fucking hilarious. I would do that. That's dumb shit I would do in this. He has yellow eyes, because every time I have a character with yellow eyes, and I have more than one across different series, so if you think of like Hawkins from Map Gunners, his eyes are yellow. If you have yellow eyes and you're a character I've created, it means you're good at sharpshooting. That's just the law. Because Hawk eyes. So his eyes are yellow. What else? He's right dominant, but he's also ambidextrous. He's ambidextrous for like things like, because he's good at sharpshooting and he's good at pool. He's good at all those kinds of things. Darts, baseball, because he can throw really accurately. Like, he does all that kind of stuff, but he's just kind of lazy. He likes to nap. He is a lazy fecker. I feel like I need to get the light board to do the legs for this. I might actually pull that out later. But he has yellow eyes because I say so. Because yellow eyes to me means you shoot good. You good at bullseye things. Okay, I see what I'm trying to do on that chair. So, yeah, I also think that giving him the poncho kind of breaks up the silhouette a little bit. His hair was like the one that I really got down, where, you know, the top of it is brown, but the underlayer is white. What else is going on in here? Knows how to string bows. Yeah, he knows how to use a bow. He likes city pop and future funk. He got that from, Trickster. That's just what he likes. He smokes. He shouldn't, but he does. Oh, I moved the wrong window. Sniper shouldn't smoke. He does, because he's an idiot. He does a lot of really smart things, and then he does a lot of really stupid things. Because he gets way too comfortable in thinking that he's invincible. And technically he is. He's a pianist. He's a pianist with grand thumb. He's really close with Doc. Originally, it says, it's because they skipped the facility together. They were originally just supposed to be friends. Then it turned into an unrequited situationship. So the Doc's always hanging out in the Sniper's nest. Found the clip I was talking about, endlessly quotable. I will check that out then, at some point. is night vision. PK also has night vision. Or no, PK does not have night vision. Trickster does. There's a reason why I make that distinction, but we're not going to go there. There's a shark at any sport or game requiring perfect aim because I can. So him and Techie, when they were younger, would go to bars and Techie would like pretend to flub playing darts to get people to like throw in higher bets because they thought he was an easy mark, and then Snipes would come in and wipe the floor, and then they would split the winnings. And even though they stopped going to school together, when we talk about Techie, I'll talk about that. Anytime they made a big payout, they would pay half to the other person because they knew times were tough. So if Sniper got a really big job and like a hitman job, he would send him half his pay to Techie. When Techie would do, because Techie does all sorts of things, does mods, all that kind of stuff, he would send him half the money. They have a banking app that only they get to use because Techie is kind of a criminal. He's a good guy, but he doesn't always follow the law. So they split their winnings, and they've always done that since they were kids. It's a cowboy Kiwi. Slower healing rate, lower pain threshold, because he's not used to getting shot. Who would be? If you get shot and you're a sniper, it means you suck. I don't know how much of this is still. Extremely enhanced sight and hearing. His dosage is better than Pilot's, but it's lower than everyone else. And the reason why it's better than Pilot's is because Pilot got his late and the drug was starting to lose its efficacy. It's the only reason why I put that in there. The hat's a gift from Techie when he moved. Or when Sniper dropped out of college. They were originally going to go to college. Techie went in, hacked his grades so that he could join him at MIT because Techie was going to MIT. Sniper dropped out because he's just, what's he going to do there? Went into being a hitman immediately after. He is a huge noodle fiend. This motherfucker has and will kill people for ramen noodles. Oh, he's a pianist? Yeah, I forgot about that. He has long fingers. He's a pianist. He composes. He has a little keyboard that has one earbud he can stick in one ear and then play with the other so he can still hear. Not that he really needs that now with the enhanced hearing, but that's what this little sketch over here is. That's my Sniper. I love him. He may be one of my favorite characters. Who are we gonna move on to next? Well, okay. Let's move on to Techie next. Let's move on to the NG character next. He's on the other side. This is an older sketch. He's not as heavy set as he should be, though. I also need something to put this here, because this is going to... This is Techie. He's like the little NG proxy. He's also Texan. He's from Houston. He had his farm was close to... Oh, that's right. Sniper's real name is Alex. You find that out pretty quick. His name is Alex. I think I also gave him the last name Flintlock because I'm cute like that. Techie calls him Lex. He is the only one who calls him Lex. No one else is allowed to call Sniper Lex. No one else is really allowed to call Sniper Alex. So they don't. You call him Sniper or not. That's it. Techie over here. His real name's Clint. Clint Ford, I think. I think his last name is Ford. Like John Ford, the director? Is it John Ford? Yeah. 'Cause Texan. He's a little bit of a shit disturber. A little bit of a short stack. He's always been good with machines. This is kind of like a sci-fi thing, so there's like a sci-fi series, so it's a little bit, technology is a little bit more advanced than us, but the time is roughly kind of similar. Because I make references to, when we get to it, to Trickster. I make references to a war that Trickster's parents are in, and Trickster is 44 when the series starts. And it is implied to be the Vietnam War. So, there's that. Now, Techie's in his 30s, I think. Techie's like 35. Him and Sniper are the same age, so they're like 34, 35 when the series starts. He's always been good with inventions. He also just likes learning how to do shit, so he doesn't just know how to build shit. He knows how to program shit. He knows how to sew shit. He knows how to build shit. If you needed something done, he will find you a solution. He's a solutions man. Top dollar solutions man. He is the most expensive person on the... Oh, the name of the mercenary group is the Anything Store, because you can get anything for a price. Can't believe I've gone like an hour without actually mentioning that. David Lynch's performance as John Ford, yes. Can I talk? I watched that and what do you see up here? Every time I see a big sky, what do you see? When he walks in with all the lipstick stains on him and his secretary has to... Oh my god, that's such a great scene. I love that scene. My husband and I love that scene. One being kind to say he solves problems. Yes, he solves practical problems and impractical problems. If you tell him not to put a turd on a toaster, he'll ask you why, because he's gonna do it anyway. He's a gentle Texan. He's a nice guy. Swings a mean hammer, as you can see. He's a lefty. I try to get a lefty. I also spelled blonde wrong, because I believe when you add an E, that's for women. I do have that wrong. He's a day one shit disturber. I love him. But he's a shit disturber and always will be. He has a cybernetic eye. Now, the practical reason as to why that happened is because this is one of the characters that that Decon designed him. And he just gave it to him, and I rolled with it because I thought it was cool. He has a mechanical eye. Why? In story, he uses it to interface with, his machines. Out of story, it was a cool thing that my friend made, and I ran with it. So, he has a mechanical eye, which is, you know, where I put that. He doesn't care. He's the kind of guy, he also doesn't sleep. Before he got the drug, he used to sleep 2 to 3 hours a night. On the drug, he sleeps 2 to 3 hours a week. He doesn't need to sleep. He has a very complicated relationship with sleep as a result. He doesn't like to sleep. He's never really liked to sleep. The joke is between him and Sniper is that the reason why Techie is so short is because he never sleeps, and Sniper is really tall because he's always napping. That is, without a doubt, not at all how science works. But that's how I work it. Why did you give him an eye in the initial run? I don't know, break up the silhouette a bit. Yeah, that's a good excuse. Not problems like, what is beauty? That would fall under the purview of one's own philosophy. I solve practical problems. Like, what am I supposed to do when a mean Mother Hubbard tries to give me a new superfluous tear me a new superfluous hole in my behind? It makes it better. The entire scene happened verbatim. Yes, and that is why that scene is so good, Sam. That scene is so good. The eye is for interfacing. Like, he can do he has like a little AR thing that he can see. It's like having Google Glass, except it's not lame because he made it. He's a real big proponent of making his own shit, programming his own shit. He does program drones. He has programmed drones for the military. It is not something he looks back on with much pride, other than the fact that he did something himself. He doesn't like to talk about it. He does not like to talk about his time right out of college, where he took a 2-year contract into Afghanistan programming drones. He doesn't like to talk about it. He's proud of the tech he pulled out of it. He owns all his tech. He gets a lot of patents. He's a paranoid son of a bitch. If you want to make sure that your safe house is good, he's got all the cameras. He's got mics. He will hack your phone to listen to you. He has a comm satellite. Don't ask where he got the comm satellite, but he has a comm satellite. He's a good man. Him and Doc did not exactly get along starting out. That's okay. They solved their differences. Techie's been working with the Anything Store, so working with Cap and the others for quite a few years, and he's been trying to get Sniper to join, but Sniper was very much preferred freelance. When they were kids, they were always together. Like I said, Techie hacked his grades so he could go to MIT. They went to MIT. They were there for a year. It wasn't for Sniper. Sniper decided that was not his kind of thing. Meanwhile, Techie goes out there and gets several degrees, a couple of them being masters. They meet for a little bit of time right after he graduates. Takes a little bit more time. I would say, like, he was in college for like six and a half years. I don't know. Doing whatever. He's a good man. Just a little, we don't talk about, like I said, we don't talk about the Afghanistan contract. Started working with Cap a few years before the series starts. He's the head IT. He does all of the tech. He pretty much made it so Lex's, or Sniper's, camper is mostly bulletproof. Modded all of his guns to make them lighter, easier to use. He modifies everything. This guy can do anything. Except go outside and touch grass, or swim. He can't swim. And the reason why he can't swim is when they were young, they were like teens, he was driving his dad's truck into town to go to the movies with Sniper. He lost control of the truck. He ditched it in a river, and he almost drowned. And Sniper saved his life. So when you get to episode 4, and I believe next chapter does explain, he does make contact with him when they're in the middle of Germany. He says, I'm calling in the favor because he's owed him all his life, that he saved his life. I will do anything for you. And he says, cool, can you get me out of Germany with the camper and a new friend, and I need a new job. And of course he's gonna do that for Sniper. Why wouldn't he? Those guys are like ride or die besties. And that's their backstory. I love Techie. He's a little bit of an asshole, but I like him. Who needs a degree when you got a gun? Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing with Sniper's first job is when he dropped out, he just decided he was gonna go, just, you know. I do not have a, how do I do these hands? I need a clasping hands, pose, go. Images. Oh, I think I can work with that. Sniper came on a diner that was having a hostage situation. He wasn't really thinking. He had a gun. He got the gun from his father. His father was a sharpshooter. Out of necessity. His father was not a hitman. In the main story. Yes, I made an alternate universe where, you know, I changed some things, and that's not important right now. Sniper got out of his camper, wasn't really thinking, and took care of the hostage situation with one shot. Obviously, that's not something you want to do when there are cops surrounding a place. So, he kind of got let off because the police chief that was trying to handle the situation recognized that he has a good head on his shoulders for the most part, and you know, Sniper at like 21 was a fucking crack shot. So Sniper would just like be called, and he would just roam around the US. He would be called for like some of these situations where, you know, the cops can't go in there, you don't have a SWAT team. You just go in there, get a little nudge, take care of the problem. Techie knows this. That's why he did all the modding. They kind of have a tacit understanding that they don't talk about this portion of their life together. And that's okay. And that's how you know they're really good friends. Good enough. The hands look fine enough. Drawing hands is really the worst. It is, and I know people who do enjoy this, and I think I would enjoy this better than... I am enjoying drawing these hands better than I am fixing Doc's chair. I'm gonna be completely honest. But one of the few people who doesn't mind with hands. Rarely holding things. Yeah, but you also do what I like to do, and this is not accusatory, Decon. This is just an observation. You like to hide them behind backs too. I like to hide them behind backs. That's why I also really like Doc. His default position is putting his hands behind his back. Lol. I joke, but there are a lot of similarities between May and Doc, and that pose is one of those things. I'll have to fix this right away. Bad at drawing crossed arms or bare feet. Yeah, I don't really do bare feet myself either. Crossed arms is hard. Alright, we need to figure out a nice cute little... What's a cute little outfit we can give this cute little Texan? I do have to use the restroom. Cute... okay, blah, 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 blah. Ah, come on. Come on. I don't like the new iOS. Liquid glass sucks. Okay. If I type this in, would it... No, don't... No! Oh god. Images. Okay. So I just type in Texan... Obviously AI. Texan Christmas outfits, and this is like one of the first things that I get. No! He'd wear flannel, I feel like. Tech is a simple man, you know? In your defense, you don't do it super often, but you know, to hide hands behind backs. Yes, I mean, May and Doc have the same pose. I feel like he'd wear like a nice little flannel shirt. There's no need to belabor anything. He's a simple man who likes complex solutions. Maybe there'll be like a panel where the buttons are. I think that would look good. It's kind of nice. Aww. Let's roll the sleeves up because I am too fucking lazy to draw the cuffs. Why the fuck not, I say. My hands aren't bad. They're gonna need refining later. But we're just trying to get everything down. What do you think? Do we think jet... You know, when I say jetted pockets, I believe are like this. And they have like that little pleat, it's like a pleat that looks like that. Or do we want to like do like a traditional pocket with a button? What do we think? What do you think? Something like that. I'm kind of leaning towards this. I don't know. I might pull the hands down a little bit more. But, you know, that's not a bad first pass. I'm gonna leave them there for now. We're just trying to get through this. Maybe he'll have cowboy boots, though. We'll give him cowboy boots. Definitely someone who would have cowboy boots. If someone's gonna have cowboy boots, it's gotta be Techie. He's a good kid. Good guy. Maybe. Oh, but a shit disturber. Reckon the existence of Nintendo Switches implies the existence of TikTok. Hold on, yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna bring that out. Where is that? It's a stupid little comic, and it was a conversation I think that Decon came up with. Where are you? Oh, here we go. hang on. Gotta feels bad man at it for this. Why are you like this? TikTok. Okay, first of all, I'm not gonna try and do a Kiwi accent, because I can't. I can't even do an Aussie accent. Okay, first of all, you don't even have a TikTok. Second, that's a something awful thing that predates it by years. And third of all, does this even take place where TikTok exists? I reckon the existence of a Nintendo Switch implies the existence of TikTok, which I love. I would like to say that while correlation does not equal causation, he has a point, Sniper. And my German accent is terrible. Kinda wish you'd let me die on the operating table, Doc. But I reckon the existence of Nintendo Switches implies the existence of TikTok. Why did I put that there? Because PK and Dinah, Techie, and Doc play Splatoon on Switches. Why? I thought it would be kind of cool if Doc learned how to play Splatoon. I think it would be cute, right? It would help Doc learn how to shoot. Can't confirm, as somebody who has gone shooting, it does not actually help as all that much, but it's better than zero. I challenge you to a drawing request. The next request an obscure celebrity crossing their arms doing an absurd yet mundane activity whilst barefooted. Why don't you just... Can we just cut to the chase and have him draw, like, Willem Dafoe or something? He's got some really cool poses that are, like, great poses to try. Am I thinking of the right person? I think I'm gonna go with the traditional pocket. Don't give him fucking ideas. Too fucking late. If you don't want me to give him ideas, then don't fucking, like, give me the... Two pockets, right? And they can be, like, not flannel. I'm gonna at least... Either flannel or check. I haven't decided. Probably flannel, even though it's gonna give me fits because I intend to paint this. And that's gonna fucking kill me. But I'm going to put an indication that there should be checks. Because I hate myself as well. Look at him. Look at him! Okay, I'm gonna use the restroom really quick. We're not even halfway through. Adding, we'll never draw Willem Dafoe, my terms and conditions. Yes, but I mean, like, Willem Dafoe has, like, great photo shoots, so they have good reference material, is what I'm saying. Back. Coming. There's crud all over. Okay. Put that here. Are you guys fighting in my chat? Which is exactly how I want it. Okay, hold on. Making you draw some 90s inspired fucking ass bullshit. Sonic. You have some proper art pens. They're cheap and shit, but they get the op done. Oh, well, I mean, like, to be completely honest, you're better than I am because I don't know how to use Procreate, because that's actually pretty cool. I am impressed with that. His hair's changed a little bit. Yeah. His white streaks are like, from the drug are like lightning bolt streaks, because, I don't know, what the fuck. Before we move on, what's your second page look like? My school taught square dancing in grade school because you never know when a hoedown is going to break out. I don't know why I drew that. Oh, if you bring him something really cool, like a little toy, his immediate response is to want to take it apart because he wants to, like, check it out. He replaced his eye with a cybernetic eye. It's just for interfacing. It was incredibly painful before he gets the drug. After he gets the drug, it fits naturally. Everything worked out. More than that, though, his brain accelerated, so he thinks very quickly now. But because he's constantly awake and he's always thinking, because that's just what it is, everything, he processes information, especially simultaneous information, very quickly, which is great. The problem is that he needs to eat a lot. That's not why he's chunky. He's just chunky because he's a big old thick boy. If he doesn't eat, it makes him go a little loopy. His mind can't quite cope with, he definitely starts feeling the fact that he doesn't sleep. If he doesn't eat on a regular basis, then he starts going like, it starts acting like sleep deprivation, but like advanced sleep deprivation in hours. Not good for someone who values his mind. So that's his little weakness. He has a complicated relationship with sleep, as I said. He also doesn't believe in the supernatural. He believes all things have an explanation. He has admitted when he has seen things that he can't describe, but it makes him very frustrated when he has to confirm, okay, maybe that's supernatural and paranormal and I can't, there is no scientific thing. It's cute. It's funny. He's a good old boy. If you don't design for function, you ain't having any fun, as he puts it. Also, I like these, get off my nuts, I'm allowed a little flippa. No, he's not playing FNAF. He probably could do, like, what is it, like 80-20 on Ultimate Custom Night? I'll bet you he can just do that in his sleep. He's one of those kind of people. I want to draw him a little bit thicker, but, like, that's not bad. I like a little thick boy. I want to, like, his face to be a little bit more round, but then I kind of feel like it makes him look a little too young. I try to round the chin out a little bit. I don't know. He looks good, though. Like, that's the most satisfied I've ever drawn. Like, he's not one of the people I'm really good at drawing yet, and I really like the way he looks, though. He is a lot different from what we've got here. A lot different. His image color is green because that's what color his jumpsuit is. Alright, who we moving on to next? I think that means we're moving on to Trickster. We are moving on to Trickster. Ah, yes. That's this gentleman here. Oh, we're coming up on the end of this album. Gotcha. 5th anniversary. I'm afraid of... Is this... Yeah. If I click it from here, it opens in a different browser. Alright, for that first link you sent me, what's on the cover? Just throw out what's on the cover and I will find it visually. Okay, now let's go back. Let's go back a little bit. Let's go back to someone we designed very early. Because he's actually above Techie. We'll do this. We'll do PK next. Proxy Scout. So he looks like a little shit. Artists draw a lot of big eyes. Their eyes are grotesque or cherubic, never in between. I mean, I would like to have Techie look a little bit more like a cherub. I don't want him to look too much like an Engineer, though. An Engineer has like a very squarish face, and he also has a very squarish body. Even though he's like round, he's got like... I don't know, it's the art style, but he's got like harder lines than like how I want to draw Techie to be a little bit more round. Like, rounding out the shoulders, I think, a little bit would probably be to my benefit. I'm not saying that he can't... he probably could lift. I don't know. He just doesn't because he has no cardio. Because he's IT. He's IT, he doesn't have cardio. First cover, black and white. Guys with color orbs. Oh, that goes far back. Hold on. I see it. Okay. The 2017 album, right? I can at least open it in a new tab, and it won't autoplay. Cool. Okay. How many tracks are on this? Oh, I'm on 22. I'm on 22 of 26. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, 2027 and the 2026. Okay, understood. Thank you. Let's do PK next. Let's do the Twink next. Let's do someone who is a little bit more in my wheelhouse. This is the second character, technically, that was created, but he was designed also by T-Con. We're doing T-Con's characters back to back. Let's move that shoulder up because he's gonna, behind there, have his hand on his hip. So he's the Scout character. I wanted someone who was a little less arrogant, a little bit more himbo. But Dio, Scout is so himbo. You were correct. But I wanted somebody who was a little bit more responsible, so that, when he's getting shit on by everybody else who thinks he's too much of a kid. He's only 22. He's 21 when the series starts, because his birthday is in April, and the series does start in February. It starts a week after Doc's birthday. And PK's birthday is in April, so he's still 21. I kept him. He's, a one kid in a single mother household with multiple siblings, but instead of having all brothers and being the youngest, he has all sisters, and he's the second youngest. His mother is half Irish, half Puerto Rican. She runs a bakery in Brooklyn. They live in Brooklyn, so he has a Brooklyn accent. He's not a Bostonian. He's a Brooklynite. I have no idea I have no idea how to do that accent, but here we are. He is the courier. His name is PK because it's short for parkour, which is, I was originally going to call him someone who does parkour as his profession, because like I said, everybody has it. But I believe someone who one of the names that you give someone who does parkour is Tracer. And no, I wasn't going to go there. So it's PK. He's the only one that has one that is more like what he does than what he is for his name. He's a free runner. He takes packages. He goes from one place to another. So less like a scout and more like a delivery person. So he does parkour. He does free running to do it. He is the only son of 4 sisters. He has 3 older sisters that are triplets. So that gets complicated. One of his sisters married another woman, His oldest sister, Rosemary, is a lesbian, and she married her childhood friend, Daisy. So technically he has 4 older sisters. Because, you know, that was a thing. And he has 1 younger sister. He is 21, and they're 11 years, I think they're 11 years apart, so his youngest sister is like 10, 11. They're all of them except him are named after flowers. So his mother's name is Florecita Parker, because that's her maiden name. Don't ask me where she gets it if she's half Irish, half Puerto Rican. Don't ask me. It's America. We're mixed pots. His triplet sisters, it's Rosemary, Marigold, and Holly. And his sister-in-law's name is Daisy. His youngest sister's name is Poppy. They all have his real name is actually Thomas. There's a reason for that. We'll talk about it when we move on to the next character. Why I named him Thomas. Thomas Parker. Parker because Peter Parker. See, we're getting there. He has kind of more of a responsibility to be like, because he's the only boy in the family, he feels more of a pressure to like try and help out his mom because dad skipped out on the family. So he has like a reason to kind of go into eventually mercenary work because he wants to help support his mom. He's the only character in the series that kind of has a connection to the real world, the outside world, which complicates his eventual romance with Doc, because I made the series for those two to be the original OTP. Again, that may change. I don't know yet. He's a good boy. He's a little impulsive. He's not exactly the smartest. He's not exactly the smartest tree in the branch in the tree, but we like him for that. He means well. He's a good kid. Fights with the tonfa, because I think that's cool. Every time I've drawn him with the tonfa, I've drawn it incorrectly, so I'm gonna fix that. Parker Courier is fine until the package is fragile, then you're fucked. And that's the best thing about him, is that he's really good at transporting packages. Which is really strange. Oh, I turned him the right way. He has a scar on him. It's a little bit more horizontal. That he got in a bad run before he joined the Anything store. He wanted something a little bit more stable. He tells his mom he works for a delivery company. Like, DHL. He doesn't tell her DHL. He just tells her it's a delivery company. She buys it. I don't know if, like, I've decided that she buys it because she wants to spare him because, in fact, she knows he's doing something a little bit more dangerous. He does not run drugs. At least, you know, Captain tries to make sure that he does not run drugs. He runs everything else, though. He's also really good at breaking and entering. He's really good at figuring out where to go. He does not have a driver's license. So he does everything on foot. However, and I did make this decision later, he does know how to ride a motorcycle. It's illegal, of course. Oh, we're not going to be able to see his white hair comes on this side. It's like only on one side. I can move this out. It's on the left side of his head. I might have to fudge it a little. Colonel Tom Parker was also the name of Elvis's manager. That's interesting. I did not know that. I'm gonna have to hold on to that. He has a very similar hairstyle. Like, the bangs are really messy, like Snipers, so it's kind of hard. They have a slightly different head shape, or hair shape, but I like him. it's gonna be hard to juggle someone who kind of wants to have like a normal life because he cares very much for his mom. He's very protective about the fact that dad never came back, even though the fact that dad did come back 3 times and he never stuck the landing. I think mom knows why. We'll talk about that. What are we gonna give him for like clothing? What's something cute? Christmas tech wear Christmas outfit? Let me just see what that pulls up. He does have a little bit more of a sporty tech wear style. Everything's black! Oh no, sometimes it's white. What in God's like ugly ass AI bullshit is this? What is this? This is it also comes in green. Like, what the fuck is this? What are we looking at, chat? What are we doing with our lives? I do not want to see buff-ass Grinch shit. This is... I had to look at it, so now you have to look at it too, chat. Jesus Christ. Well, that's kind of cool. Oh, wait, I follow this guy. I follow this guy on Instagram. Yeah. It's me when I eat my spinach. Shut up. Shut up, Deacon. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have fucking mercy on your soul. I think he'd have a big poofy jacket. Definitely have a big poofy jacket with a hood. So it's just a different hood. Then it's gonna have a different interior than I would say snipers would. Big and poofy. Big and poofy. One of the benefits that he got from when he got the drug, he took the drug because specifically he wants to be able to go home at the end of the day at some point. He lives at the compound facility that the other mercs stay at, but he does go home more often. Because Cap is nice like that. Yeah, let's make it super poofy. Super puffy. Add a strap, though, because techwear is all about fucking straps. It reminds me, there's a movie on Tubi called The Grinch That Stole Bitches. Why is it on Tubi and not on, like, Pornhub? Because that definitely sounds like a porn name. And this strap goes out like this because techwear is all about straps. Okay. There we go. Kind of like that. Belt. There we go. It's nice not having to draw too much. By the time we get up here, it's gonna go a lot faster. You're probably not gonna. I wouldn't recommend watching that. That sounds absolutely horrible unless you were high and or with friends and or drunk. So the reason why he's kind of like feels like he has to step up and be the man of the house is because, like I said, dad left. He's still a good kid, though. He has a reinforced backpack, night vision goggles that he got from Techie when he first got hired. You can actually see that I have adjusted the ages. I think originally I was thinking he was 23, 24, but that was really skewing another character age-wise, so I had to pull it back. Fights with the Tonfa. It's the only one with a surname that you'll actually hear. Yeah, he is the only one with a surname. I can't read that. Reverse grip on the Tonfa. He's always moving. This guy just has nervous energy all the fucking time. Always moving. Lots of athletic tape. Goes through shoes like crazy because he is putting it through the paces because of the drug. One of the things he gets from the drug is his bone has a denser bone structure so that he can take impacts easier. So you can toss around like a little doll. throw him through windows and off of buildings, and he actually survives it pretty well. Quick healing from cuts. Limb dismemberment. Yes, he's one of 2 people who have really good healing from limb dismemberment. There is no reason why. Jeet Kune Do. I think I have that on Jeet Kune Do. He knows that. You know, the martial art that Bruce Lee invented. He's really good at that. He has the highest stamina and the fastest reflexes. He needs to. He's the fastest runner, has the best stamina. This guy has really good stamina. He can contact juggle. I think is what I've got that on there. He's really good at, he likes sitting on things. Really high things. Because he likes hanging out with pigeons. Because he couldn't have pets. So he feeds strayed animals. It's kind of a cute little thing. He's either the second or third shortest. I haven't decided yet. I know this looks like this decides it, but I don't know. He can leap buildings pretty good. He can scale buildings really, really good. He's like Spider-Man. He runs hot. His body temperature a lot hotter than most people. Which I think is good for making bread. Which, yeah, it's good for making bread. Son of a baker. He's gaming buddies with Dynamite. We'll talk about Dynamite later. Does not have a driver's license. It is like a 10+ year age gap between him and Doc. A slow but fast burn relationship. Body temperature is higher than average. Just like me, for real, no, for real. Like, it's warm. Which is funny because Doc has poor circulation, so his hands and feet are always cold. Well, we're gonna move on to, like, up here. Because we're gonna move on to the next character. Trickster is always busting his ass. They have a professional relationship when they start out. It's kind of contentious because they have, like, similar sometimes overlapping job descriptions. And they have very similar personalities, so they're always clashing. It turns into a mentorship, and then eventually it becomes found family. And there's a big reason for this. Because if PK is meant to be like Scout,
I see you haven't lost your touch.
Trickster is like Spy. And that was the whole point. Trickster is my suave assassination intelligence officer. Suited and booted. This is the consummate. I am cooler than all of you. Yes, he's French. He's French Viet. His 2 parents are war survivors. Implied to be the Vietnam War, but I'm not really going to say one way or another, but his mother was a nurse. His father was in the Navy. I based a lot of Trickster's backstory on the husband. So, you know, kind of our way of celebrating that. He is in charge of assassinations. He's in charge of heists, thievery, disguises, espionage. He's kind of like does everything. He's one of the 2 founding members. Does a little bit of everything. I do have an outfit for this though, because I found an outfit that I was like, I gotta draw him in this. And you're not gonna see much of it, but that's fine. Does not matter. There it is. I like Trickster, but he's also kind of an asshole. French accent. Let's draw the face in, because I am not... And yes, because he is essentially Spy, he is PK's father. It is an open secret to everybody on the team. Most people kind of pick up on it right away. Like, Sniper looks at that and goes like, yeah, these guys are related, aren't they? Doc knows because he's the doctor. He knows that they have the same genetics, essentially. So as a consequence, when Trickster takes the drug, he's the last person to take it. He doesn't think he needs it, but he is the last person to take it. Him and PK end up having very similar abilities. With the exception of night vision, it appears that only Trickster gets that. I don't have a reason for that other than I was going to give Trickster a couple more things that PK can't do and a few things that PK can do that Trickster can. He's a chain smoker, obviously. Hand-to-hand combat, pretty good. It's not the best. He's 44, he doesn't look it. I'm struggling with the eyes right now. Of course I am. One of the taller characters. I think him and Sniper are the same height. About 6'1". Arrogant motherfucker. Speaks 10 languages, though. Fluently. Has a French accent because spy. He's French Viet because, technically, the husband has French in his ancestry. So I did that. Also, he has green eyes. I'm not explaining that. Always jumping back darts, smoking loud and Amish. Jesus Christ. When he speaks Viet, it's southern accent. Because just that's what I'm familiar with. Also, it's just I'm more familiar with the southern accent dialect. Northern just sounds strange to me. But you know, he's gonna be using a French accent, so you know, most of the time. He has a flip phone still. Man, I'm struggling today on Trick. I usually do. Like, the eyes just aren't the right shape. I'm struggling with that, but I wanted someone to look super handsome and Asian. So that's just what I did. It's not the biggest departure from his source material. It is a large departure, I do admit. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the face wasn't long enough. I think that's also my problem. There we go. I think I got it. Yeah. There we go. He's a slut. I love him. But the man's a slut. Yes, he has fathered all of the Parker children. Why are there such big gaps? Well, if I remember correctly, PK's sisters are... I have math. I had to do the math. I had to do a lot of complicated math. You're not going to show it all of you. His older sisters, if PK is 22, let's just round off because in that year he's going to turn 22. His sisters are 24. When Trickster met his wife Flora, or the woman the love of his life, he was in his 20s. He was about 22 when he met Flora. Flora was a little bit younger. He thought he was gonna get out of the mercenary racket. He was actually, after Trickster's parents died, his parents died in a car accident when he was young. He was left an orphan. He became adopted by an assassin's guild in Paris. And that's where he learned the art from a young age. He was about 12 or 13 when he lost his parents and was adopted by the Assassin's Guild. That's where he met Assassin. He has a connection to Assassin. They grew up together. In fact, Assassin is a little older than him, and Assassin basically took him in under the wing as like an older brother. Assassin was hired by Surgeon. And Surgeon wanted to have that all to himself. So after he administered Assassin with the drug, he told Assassin to just take out the guild. And Assassin did. Because Assassin is, if not blindly obsessed with Doc, he is also blindly obsessed with Surgeon. It's complicated. So he took out the entire guild and left Trickster as one of the only people left. There's only like 4 people still left who, were part of that guild, and 2 of them are Trickster and Assassin. That's why Assassin has the name Assassin, because he literally lived up to his name. After that entire ordeal, he lost his family. He lost his family for a second time. He left Paris, went to America, met Flora, got into a relationship, knocked her up with triplets, and he gets cold feet because he is just fresh out of the assassination game. He doesn't know what to do with his life, and he essentially kind of leaves her. She's a good woman, though. She decided, she's like, okay, I understand. He pays child support. He's a good man. He ends up taking a lot of different kinds of jobs, using his skills to send money. Decides that maybe everything's fine. Comes home. Decides he's gonna make an honest woman of her. Tells her he's gonna marry her. Spends about a year or so, helping her raise the girls. Knocks her up with PK. Knocks her up with Thomas. He ends up having to take a job. He leaves her at the altar. He didn't want to, but he did. The job takes him away from her. He doesn't know how to recover from this. Decides maybe, he's going to continue paying child support. He's a good man for that. He's still an asshole for everything else. Decides maybe he can just live with never seeing his family again because he's an assassin. Runs into her one more time. Knocks her up one more time. Because he can't keep it in his pants. I love him, but man needs to get his life fucking together. Assassin comes back into his life, and he decides that he's got to leave for good because he's going to endanger he's got 4 kids now, the love of his life. That's where I think I imply that she knows he's in some shit, and that's why she's okay with it. And becomes a single mom. He has never been back. He's never really met his kids. Until PK gets hired and he realizes, holy shit, that's my son. And then awkward situation happens where he has to kind of not tell him. Because PK makes no bones about how much he hates his dad. Because his dad left his mom 3 times, not knowing the extraneous circumstances. And Trickster, 1, has a little bit too much pride, and 2, does not want to damage the relationship any further. Has sworn to never tell anybody. And in the main series, it is until the last, set of chapters, he is never to find out that the 2 of them are related. Beaker is not supposed to know. Everybody has sworn to secrecy. That's how I've done that. I love Trickster. The man's a mess. The man's a mess. That's why the 2 of them have a contentious relationship, because they are kind of the same kind of people. But he doesn't want his son in the goddamn racket. But if he's gonna be here, he has to learn from the best. So that's the relationship those motherfuckers have. Which is coincidentally why I have them here mirroring each other outwards. PK, I hate my fucking dad. I hope he dies. Trickster. Yeah, he just sound a bit silly. Nah, for real. We're still workshopping who hooks Trickster up with GB Weeby so he can look fresh. So yeah, that's that situation. Because I do find the, Spy is Scout's dad situation very fascinating. But I also find that, I don't think... I think it's more compelling for the 2 of them to kind of come to an understanding of, a found family between the two of them that is more on built on a mentorship. Because I feel like I don't want to put a cuff. Let's not. The outfit does have a cuff. Right, this is what we're going for. It's from Devil Inspired. I think it's kind of cool. It's very extra. I just think that it's more compelling for two men to kind of understand each other. They are exactly the same kind of person. Like, they are literally the same kind of person, which is why they rub each other the wrong way. And I think it's more compelling for the two of them to kind of, like, come to respect each other in a way that isn't a father and son relationship. Anyway, that's how I feel. I also just like the conflict, because that's just me. Alright, how does this... Jesus Christ, I'm gonna simplify that. I'm just gonna extend it. Yeah, we'll put the same brooch in. Okay. It's gonna have the long tails, but we're not gonna be able to see it because... Well, I mean... It's behind all of this shit. But maybe one day I will draw it. He doesn't wear his wedding ring. He has a wedding ring. He left her at the altar, so he has the ring. He just wears it around on a chain around his neck underneath his clothes. He does not have a tan line on his ring line, unlike Cap. Cap does. Cap's a widower, though. We'll get to that later. I do like Trickster. He is the most, in my opinion, the most complicated character of the entire cast. And I think I kind of like it that way. It's good to have someone really simple. Like, simple... And that's Cap. Cap is the most simple character on there because he's already done his thing. He knows who he is. But then also, you know, I like having people who have very messy relationships. He also makes no bones about flirting with anybody because, you know, he's also pan. He sleeps with people as a profession, as he puts it. We'll do the shoulder has like a... I don't remember what they call that. Not a lapel, something else. There you go. This is like coming out that way. There we go. I like him. I also want to throw bricks at him sometimes, because, like, god damn, man, get your fucking life together, dude. You're always harping on people to get their life together, and then, bam, motherfucker. Alright, see you later, Sam. Have a good night. Morning. Not sure. Alright, what else have we got for him? Chainsmoker has a misery cord. It's the knife that's in his thigh holster. Misery cords are made for, mercy, for killing knights. So it goes through armor. It's not a stiletto, which is for assassinations. Don't get that twisted. He wears gloves all the time. Oh, that's what I forgot. Put your fucking gloves back on. Because he's extra like that. Slick ass mofo. Yes, he's like 44. I know it doesn't look like that. He's into future funk and city pop. That's what he got sniper into that shit. Top hair is white. I thought it would be too on the nose if PK had the same thing, so he doesn't. Big smoker. He's a chain smoker. Alright, what's the other page look like? There's funny things on it. Still has a flip phone. Him and Assassin go back. Fuck Assassin. Nobody likes you, Assassin. He has a complicated relationship with a lot of people. One woman kind of man, but he'll sleep with men. It's fine. It's implied he slept with Gunslinger. We're gonna talk about that later. He can contact juggle too. He can hold his breath for 10 minutes. No reason other than I could. Multilingual. They don't usually do the same missions because they have a lot of overlapping. They don't look at all like each other. They have the same color eyes, though. Hello, Caustic Acid. So this is what we got. Here's Techie. Here's PK. And I just finished Trickster. We're talking about Trickster before we move on to Gunslinger. So you came back just in time. Assassin's hair has changed so much. He has a wolf cut now with a little bit of a ponytail. He doesn't look anything like he does in this picture anymore. That's kind of it. He has a lot of the same things as PK. Except he's just a Viet with a crippling addiction to coffee and smoking. So he's a proper Viet. Proper Viet. He has a personal client list, though. He will take cases that have nothing to do with the anything story. He will take his own cases. I think in his background story said that he worked as a butler for a billionaire playboy to imply that he was a Batman's Alfred. I haven't decided how that resolves, but that's during the part right around the time where he's getting ready to right around the time PK gets conceived. That's about the time of his life where he's acting as a butler assassin. He's an Alfred for a Batman. I haven't decided if I'm going to play it for laughs or if I'm going to play it kind of straight. I don't need to decide yet. That's basically the new stuff for him. Some of the stuff I did take out, like he doesn't have, like I don't think he has like anything that helps him with his disguises. They have masking technology that Techie kind of made up where it can kind of like project onto a face to make him look like someone else. So it's like the cloaking technology from TF2, but it's a little bit different. It doesn't work exactly the same way. It's definitely not that good. So let's move on to Gunslinger. My giant Ukrainian teddy bear. He's got lots of tattoos. He's my Ukrainian mercenary teddy bear. This is right here. I love him. He is big, gentle giant. Still talks with a broken Ukrainian accent. So he's technically the heavy. So he is Doc's first official boyfriend. Because Sniper and him don't hook up right away. If at all. I haven't decided yet. I keep saying that. In terms of like design, he was one of the last three, so he was one of the harder ones to design. Gunslinger was kind of hard for me to design. And then once I designed him, then I realized it's a very common looking design, so I was like, oh, well, yay, I guess? Wow? I like him. He's a big, gentle giant. But he's like really big into like fighting. He does a lot of hand-to-hand fight sports. Grappling, sambo, boxing. Russian boxing. As PK puts it, he is 2 parts John Wick and 1 part Mr. Clean. So if we're talking like abilities, guns, hand-to-hand, that's him. That's my beautiful gunslinger. He does not have a real name. We don't know because when he was 14 years old, he woke up in a hospital with a head injury, and nobody knows who he was. He has retrograde amnesia, which is what he shares in common with Base, which was the last yaoi work I was working on. He does not know what his real name is. And that's fine, because that means that's less shit I have to deal with.
Coming soon to a PlayStation near you. Music 2.
But what I do know is after he was found
By Codemasters.
and he healed up, he spent some time in Odessa, which is where they found him. Don't know if he was born in Odessa or not. When he turned Do I need to change music? Yes. 2016 is what we're doing next. So go back. 2016. Okay. It's also one of the few people I've drawn with facial hair. When he was like 15 or 16, he was involved in an armed robbery and went to prison. He got out pretty quick on good behavior. Then went right before he turned 18, so he was about 17 years old. He went back to prison for something a little bit bigger. And he doesn't talk about that part of his life. Does not want to. But he was there, got a whole bunch of cool tattoos because I had to go research Russian prison tattoos. And after he got out of there, unspecified how or why, he went to Syria in his 20s to work as a mercenary. And that's where he met Cap and Trickster. When Cap and Trickster first started doing work as the Anything Store. Technically, it was probably when Pilot was still working with them. He is a big, muscly guy. He's got tons of tattoos that I cover up. My favorite one is, I can show this one, I think. No, I don't. I don't know where that booklet went. Maybe I do. Hang on a sec. Oh, I do. It's right in front of me. He has an impressive back tattoo that has the Virgin Mary holding 2 ARs. Or something. Where is this drawing that I've made? Here we go. Yeah. He's got like a tulip with barbed wire. Which, one of these, I believe that means he was incarcerated before he was 18. I think that's what this one means. There's a skull with a knife back here, the Virgin Mary with the automatics, and forearm tattoos. His left one has a spider on it, and the other one just has a spider web. I don't know if I have that as a sketch somewhere. Top of his hair is white. Just he has a different haircut. I don't think I have it on here. It is on here, though. You can kind of see it. He's got gloves on, but he's got a spider only on the left side. He's got a little cross on it. I did a little research, trying to find ones that, you know, that make sense for him to have. Want to draw that tattoo now. And he got a... Yep, he's got a Black Widow on the left hand, as it looks like right there. On the left hand... I believe if you have it on your shoulder, if the spider's crawling up, you are still doing like stealing. You're still a thief, and if you have it pointing down, it means you've retired from being a thief. I don't know how accurate that is. Just one of the things I ran into when I was researching tattoos to give him. He is also hard to draw because I don't know how to draw muscly guys. But that's one of my favorite pictures of Trickster. I do like that one. That's a good one. Assassin. Yeah, here's a really good one. This is one of my favorite, Gunslinger. Oh, he's got a lot of finger tattoos too. That's one of my favorites. But yeah, there's the spider on the forearm. And then the other one does not have a spider. Lots of piercings, too. This man is a hardcore man. Big bear of a man. And, gay. So gay for Doc. Originally, when they first... He was not originally going to be showing up so early, but I figured I'm gonna have him show up pretty early. Mostly because to me it makes sense for him to show up when he does. Like, Cap is gonna show up for Extraction with Pilot. I think it makes a lot of sense to bring Gunslinger, and they're gonna need him to leave, because holy shit. I love him. He's like genuinely a nicer guy. He is nice dude just because he is bad guy, because he's not a bad guy. I'm just kidding. He's a mercenary just because that is what he fell into after he got out of prison. Maybe he was in prison for murder? I don't know. He got out pretty quick. He is the sturdiest member. He has very high stamina. He has like second highest stamina next to PK and a cardio. It's fastest to heal next to Doc. Like, he will heal very quickly. If like our baseline would be Sniper who had a hybrid, it's like 90 seconds to 2 minutes. Gunslinger within 30 seconds for most injuries. If he dies and he is not naturally healing, he comes, like, if he comes back, gets a little bit of a boost. If you, because Doc can heal, if Doc heals him from Resurrection to speed that up, on Resurrection for like 3 minutes, he doesn't feel pain. This motherfucker does not feel pain. It's very akin to an Uber, except it's only on Resurrection and only Gunslinger gets it. Only Gunslinger gets it for the duration that he does. Cap can do it, but Cap can only do it for like 45 seconds to like a minute. It doesn't last long. Second fastest reflexes. This guy does all the guns. Because guns. He is very dexterous with his hands. He does mending. He sews. He does needlepoint. He makes plushes. Because he can. It's cute. He makes keychains. He dabbles in kintsugi. When you repair lacquerware. He has the highest pain threshold. Once he's in battle, though, he is all about proving himself to be the better man, honorable, all that kind of stuff. It's not exactly something it's self-sacrificial. Not exactly something that is good all the time. Would gladly die for all of these men. Which dismays Doc. What should we have him wear? What is something that a guy who is into MMA... What would he wear? A sweater? Would he have just like a... I don't know. Maybe just, big poofy peckies. I want lots of peckies. This man has peckies. He is the meme. Hold on. I have this meme somewhere. There's the chess meme. Honestly, I love that. Usually gunsmen take care of their hands. Yeah, they should. Oh, I gotta get these. Okay. That's his right hand, so right index has a thick ring. He has finger tattoos. Right ring finger. There's a line. Are there only 2? Yeah, there's only 2 on his left hand. Left hand? Right hand? That's his right hand. Okay, so the left hand has more. Okay. I will never get this straight, and I created him. That's fine, because he's not straight. My big gay teddy bear. I guess we'll give him a little bit. I'm not gonna do, we're gonna lose the tattoo. We're gonna just have him with a little bit of a long sleeve. unfortunately, but that's fine. Maybe it'll be green? Yeah. There we go. He loves the little doctor. He's nice. He's a hopeless romantic. They break up because Doc doesn't want him sacrificing himself for him, and that drove him nuts. Poor thing. He is one of the most emotionally stable guys on there, though. Like, he's Big Brother Jock. Love him. Goes hunting with Sniper. They get along great. He assumes that Sniper and Doc are kind of, when Sniper says no, that's unfortunately not a thing, he's just like, oh, well, I'm cool with that if you're cool with that. So he was totally open to, like, a throuple. It is rumored that him and Trickster have slept with each other more than once. But it's strictly just for business. Business. I love my big gay teddy bear. I love him. I love Gunslinger. Gunslinger's really, like... It's a pity I have to break him and Doc up. Oh, I did have a commission, and then I printed out the commission, and then... Remember this? I put it on the back. So I had someone do a commission. Look at them both. Come on, get... Look at them. Oh. Oh! I love it. They're so cute together. Ah! It's a pity I had to break them up. But they're still friends. They're friends with benefits. You know, if you're gonna have an ex, there is no better ex to have than Gunslinger. This man will go to war for you. And he'll make you plushies! Okay, so let's do Dynamite next. Dynamite! Oh, we can look at Gunslinger's... Yeah, this is before I actually got the face shape. That's mostly all the tattoos and the piercings. He has gray hair. His hair is white on the top. It was gray originally. He probably bleaches it. There's too much on here. It is mostly just the patterns. Yeah, we went over like all his abilities. There's the Mary tattoo. Look at him sewing. He's very protective though. Cuddling dog. Look at the size difference. They're so tiny together. I love them. But most of that I think I've read. He is the first person to try and be friends with you. He is a good guy. The Virgin Mary with 2 MP5s. That's what that says. Okay, cool. Retrograde amnesia since 14. Nobody knows his old name. He does not have a name. I do not have one assigned to him, but I do have one assigned to him when I have an apartment AU where they're just everyone's roommates. So it's like Friends, but with more sex. And I gave him the name Anatoly. If I use it in the main story, it is an alias that is not what his real name is. Off the top of my head, I could change my mind. But he does not have a name, but it's possible it could be Anatoly. But yes, he makes plushes. He also makes costumes for Dynamite. Yeah, hand-to-hand, expert in hand-to-hand, grappling, sambo, boxing, wrestling. Yeah, I think I read all of that. He goes fishing with Cap. It's kind of cute. Dinah. My bomb specialist. The Pyro. This one's going to be a little bit more complicated because I am not sure. My little NB icon. It's one of Deacon's favorites characters too. Everybody likes Dinah. So we'll never see Dinah's real face because Dinah always wears a face mask. That is how we're gonna make a reference to Pyro. There are they. My non-binary Thane. They are trans. I believe one of the notes, I don't know if the notes are in here, but it is, they would have been a trans male. But they have a big secret, and here's the big secret, the thing that you don't find out till a long time into the first season. Also, he's one of the few people, they. A couple of them call him he. Trickster calls Dinah she. It just refers to Dinah as she. I don't know why. They're one of the only people who do it. So, like, you know, he was talking about Dinah. He'll drop that he calls her she. He calls her a she. It just is what it is. We stand Dinah. They're the bomb specialist. Almost never talks, and when they do, they have a super deep voice. But they're very chatty online. Like, they're like a texting-aholic. They're a bomb specialist. So they're setting, disarming traps. You can see actually some of the names I went through before I settled on Dynamite, Trap Layer, Trapper. They're also buds, so they can do underwater demolition. They're indeterminate age and gender and mixed race. They have the same mixed race I do. They're Mexican, Filipino like I am, but they speak both of those languages better than I will. Spiritual, they can see ghosts. The only other character who has white hair. And the reason is, and this is super advanced, is Dinah is also not completely human. Doc is not completely human, if it wasn't made abundantly clear. Because he is an immortal, he is not human. I haven't decided, like, what makes him inhuman, but he's not technically human. He's not a vampire. He's not... Surgeon is a vampire, but Doc is not. Dinah is probably, and I say probably because, like, I haven't made the decision. I have made the decision. Dinah is an extraterrestrial. They are descended from an extraterrestrial. They are an alien. That's why their hair is white. That does come into practice later. They meet someone who is presumably of the same species that they were. They are partially, because they are part human. They're at least half human. Why? I don't know. I just thought, originally when I was creating a different series, it was going to be like a bunch of parodies of characters with white hair. So, like, I was going to have a Dante parody, like an Inuyasha parody, a Rei Ayanami parody, and they're all like people who are like part of an attack team to protect Earth. And so all of them all had white hair, because that was going to be the joke. I took that entire universe and I like changed it. That's where this universe takes place in. We once had names, takes place in this same universe. That original idea with that, like all the parody characters, that is like a future sequel series. Something much smaller. So I wanted to have like at least the option of having aliens, because it is a sci-fi series. I want ghosts and I want aliens. I want demons and I want extraterrestrials. So Dinah is partially alien. They don't know why. They were an orphan. For many years before they got into cleaner work, because they started working as a cleaner before they joined the Anything store, they worked in crematories, because they're also pyrokinetic. They're like Carrie, which is why they're very reticent to show their face. They don't like to normally make connections with anybody, because of their heritage. So up until meeting everybody, they were a big loner. And they were really lonely. And Cap hired them, because they have a 5-star cleaner service. They're very good at what they do. They're very good at the fire service. So that's Dinah's backstory. And it's kind of tragic, but like, you know, we like them. They're cute. They have the biggest wardrobe. They will wear anything. I've drawn Dinah in like all sorts of clothes, mostly tech wear. I can actually pull this up. That's the bomb uniform. They wear different face masks, and they'll have like either sayings or patterns. The default is the one with the little nose and whiskers. But my favorite part about them, and they do cosplay, they have a helmet, but they also have this giant mascot suit. They have a giant mascot suit. That Doc loves. Doc loves this thing. It's so cute. It's a red panda. That's their animal. And it's got like servos and stuff to make the eyes blink and the nose, the ears to wiggle. It's a lot like one of those Pokemon mascot suits. It's one of my favorite things about Dinah. They play games. I like the little dog lady. She works hard. Big fan of Isabel. Big fan. Because of their nature, when they took the drug, their hair turned completely white. But also, they had a lot of extra things. They're afraid of dying, which is why they took the drug. Because they're afraid that nobody will remember them. Because they're, like, hermit. They lived like a hermit. So they're really close to Doc in that sense, because Doc is keeping that secret. Nobody really knows what Dinah is. They know Dinah's a little different. And had been different. But they don't care, because Dinah's their little firebug. So here's the thing. Should we put Dinah in a dress? I've put Dinah in a dress before. Would Dinah look good in a dress? I don't know. I mean, Dinah would look good in a dress. I've drawn it. Dinah looks great in dresses. Dynamite's also the one that has a slightly different name. Like PK. So, see, this is the one that was the hardest one. Yeah, well, you know what? I say, let's do something with a little bit of a boat neck. Let's open that up. And then maybe... yeah, turn the collarbones a little bit. A little bit farther out like that. A little bit of a boat neck. I may change this. Maybe we'll make it into a skirt, but like pants underneath, maybe? Oh, no, I got a better idea. I have a big old blousy sweater that has a big old turtleneck, and it's got cold shoulders. And it's got, like, I love this sweater. And it's kind of like, it's kind of like a virgin killer, but not as skin tight. It's not skin tight. It's like super blousy. So let's give Dinah that. Because I think, you know, peak design for men, honestly, is having their shoulders out. Peak design is having shoulders out. And I will not be taking any criticism of this. Men need to have cold shoulders. That is the law. That is the law as I have established. Looks too much like the Virgin Killer. That's fine. I don't care. Dinah deserves it. Dinah deserves to look fab all the fucking time. That's what I love. I love Dynamite. Dynamite's like besties with... if like Sniper and Techie are besties, Dinah and PK are besties. And I don't really think that really comes from anywhere. Like, I think it's kind of cool when you have like fanfics where like Scout and Pyro are like besties. But this one, I think, just comes naturally. They're close to each other in age. They're both maybe... I mean, Dinah's probably in their 20s. There we go, yeah. Let me just... they are behind Sniper, so... maybe we'll just give them, like, big blousy pants on the bottom. But you're not going to be able to see it until I get the chair in. Hell yeah. Oh, what should we put on the... what should we put on the mask? Should be... what's something holiday-ish to put on the mask? They have all sorts of masks. They get telekinesis from the drug, but they are naturally pyrokinetic. And they can stall like bombs. They can stop explosions, like arrest the explosions. Very very useful. Expert swimmer. They can hold their breath for like 30 minutes, I think. Oh no, I said nearly an hour. They are the only ones who can regrow limbs because of their nature. Doc is very fascinated with that. I mean, we could make it like Rudolph. Oh, I like that. That looks cute. It's very similar to the default. But we'll just have a big red nose and then color it like brown. Oh my god, Dinah, stop! You're so damn cute. I love Dinah. Dinah doesn't have to talk much. Dinah's like... I like having someone who's like Pyro, but you can understand him. Oh, what are the bigger departures, I suppose? Alright. I love Dinah. Dinah's a little complicated, but, you know, just complicated in the past. Anything else? Oh yeah, they are one of the first recruits. They technically predate Techie when Techie joins. I may flip that around. I may have, like, Dinah after Techie. Because Techie was taking freelance before he joined full-time. Because Techie doesn't tell anybody this. But, Techie has abandonment issues, so... Oh yeah, that's right. Let me just get rid of this because I need to shade. There we go. My little brown MB. There we go. Everybody's got like slightly different. There we go. Oh, so cute. Oh, should we cable knit it? Oh, I kind of like that. Maybe it's like a cable, like a, yeah. Got a knitted pattern. Oh, I like that. That's gonna look fucking bomb. Ah, my voice is killing me. But yeah, that's Dynamite. I love Dynamite. They're so cute. Still will use cloth masks. Oh, they're also pretty expert in chemistry. Doc's biology, Dinah takes care of chemistry, and then like hard engineering science, that's Techie. Alright, and then the man of the hour, the hardest one to design. Cap. Cap, who is probably the farthest from his source material, which would have been Soldier. Ah, yeah. Cap. The leader. One of the last I designed because I can't draw 50-plus-year-old men. I think I'm gonna struggle a lot. But we're gonna try our best. I have this new book, it's How to Draw Oji-chan, or Oji-san, that my husband bought me. Helps, but it is not a perfect... It's not perfect, and I have much to learn. I love Cap, though. Simple. Was a school teacher. Joined the army. Did a lot of really good stuff there. Hired for OSS before it closed. Had a minor stint in active duty. He met Pilot and on active duty. Even though Pilot was in the Air Force and he was in the Army. They're buddies. I'm like trying to get this right. I'm used to drawing twinks, not handsome old men. Very personable. Very kind. Is a widower. Has lost his wife to cancer. Still wears the ring. Just not on jobs. Wears him around. Mr. Rogers mentality. He wears cardigans. A lot. In fact, he will wear cardigans over his combat pants and everything. He's the most level-headed member, I would say. His hairstyle is totally not what you see there. A little bit of a Reed Richards, I'd like to think. His white hair is on the sideburns, so we're not going to see too much of that. His hair is a little bit more complicated. He smokes a pipe. Doesn't smoke nearly as much as Trickster. Probably a little bit more than Sniper smokes, though. Sniper doesn't smoke as much. He started the anything store because his wife told him to take care of himself. Because he is always first to take care of other people. So he started a job where he can take care of people. Good man. I can't draw, like, combat shit. So, good luck. Rip me. He has a couple of scars on his hands, but, when he was in OSS, he was given a little bit of an experimental, cheaper version of Surgeon's immortality drug that needed to be re-upped every year. So when he was no longer working for OSS, he lost the ability. So he has a lot of experience with it. And as a consequence of that, he is the first one to receive the drug when Doc administers it. He is the first. He puts his body on the line. He says, I'm not going to make my men do something that I wouldn't do. I have had this before. I will take it to show it as a show of good faith to Doc. Because Doc does not enter the group when they make it to landfall in very good graces because of his work with the immortality drug. And Cap, being a natural born leader, in addition to also just kind of just being a decent guy, takes the risk for Doc's drug. Doc's drug has a 100% success rate because it works on everybody. No, he brings out 7 and all 7 work. 8 if you include Sniper's hybrid. He will need some sort of top-up Sniper, but that's a farther down the middle of the series. Cap has all the ideas, he's logistics, really. A little Reed Richards, but presumably not. Wives are for kissing, not for talking, but no. That's not Reed either. Reed's a good dude. He's the oldest. Mid to late 50s. Big dad energy. Big dad energy. Loved his wife. That's why he's kind of okay. He was okay with Trickster smoking indoors to remind him of his wife. Of course, that's probably what killed her. Lung cancer. You know. What are we gonna give him? He does need a fucking large ass. Let's put the cardigan in. Motherfucker needs to be in cardigans all the time when he isn't in body armor. Mostly military clothing, though. Except for the cardigans. He loves his cardigans. Maybe his wife made him or bought him. That would be kind of cute. But, you know, para-aramid, so, you know, it, hold on, I feel like there's a really interesting cardigan that I saw that I took a screenshot of. I know I did. Okay, there's a picture of my dog in a skirt. That's cute. That distracted me very momentarily. Oh, here we go. Ceramo Tactical. So they're tactical sweaters. Let's just give them a sweater. To be fair, it was the 60s. Yeah, the little, the different ones. The different episodes. Hey, look, read what always treats Sue better than Namor would. Because fuck Namor. I am here for Namor slander. And Namor slander only, because fuck that guy. You will never be as cool as Aquaman, sorry. Yeah, you should have a big. And then it has like a ribbed pattern that comes off there, goes down, goes up and over. Still toned underneath there. He's just got a dad bod, question mark. I don't know, if anybody has a dad bod, I would say it's Techie. Techie has more of a dad bod than Cap. Cap is, you know, built like a, you know, he's done military service, but it's rude to ask, I think as Decon once described it. He's seen action. And that's why his big dad energy. You cross as men, though. Heaven help you. No place on earth will keep you safe from him. And, that's the way I like it. And the ribs come down this way. Yeah, my man should have a little bit of style. I have a fan, who's very fond of Cap. I think I need to drop this lower, because the seat has changed since I put this sketch in. They're a big Cap fan, which I love that. I love that for Cap. Cap should have fans. Honestly, like, that is how things should be. Like, it's cool watching people go, like, they really like Doc. But Doc was made for liking. Alright, that's gonna need some work. We're not gonna copy exactly all of this pattern because fuck me, I get bored easy. But that's mainly in. I feel like the shoulder should, the elbow should come down more. But we're almost there. That is such a power move pose, though. It's a good pose. Namor slander to Aquaman. I get it. Joker will never be as cool as the Creeper, no matter what anybody says. I mean... sure. I gotta figure out how to draw boots better. I suck at that. I have an affinity for Cap. I didn't think I would have as great as an affinity for Cap as I do. I think it's good for, you know, a very mentally sound leader would be good. That's me, though. There we go. There we go. Damn, man, that took forever. Well, that took 3 hours. That's 3 hours, man. There we go. Might have to adjust the face a little bit. Damn, that's handsome. That's a handsome set of men. That is a handsome set of men. And a they. And a great they. Worth the time and effort, though. Yeah, well, I mean, I wanted to have this at least done so we could have traced it. But I think, honestly, to have the light board on here with the light situation would not have worked. Hang on. Whoop. Look at this motherfucker reading. There's a lot more text on here because I just couldn't draw a lot, and there was a lot of things I needed to have as notes. My favorite thing about Cap is that he will mix up his idioms. If you've ever watched Sailor Moon and you've watched Minako, like, try to say an idiom, it's the same thing. He will mix them up. You know, two wrongs don't make a left turn kind of shit. We will, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. That kind of shit. And that's why I really like him, because it's just the funniest thing to have someone, you know, like, you know, smart and kind of refined sit there and butcher, like, a very common idiom. I'm just one of those kind of people who just likes funny people saying funny things. Okay, I think I like that better, but this one... That might be it. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. I think that you should have a big mystery of an enigma of a man who says, like, really silly shit. He will mess up every colloquial phrase, and nobody knows if he's doing it on purpose, and that's the best part. Nobody knows if he does this on purpose. Oh, he's a chess master, too. Like, 2100? He used to teach chess, too. He was a middle school teacher before he joined the military. Fastest read. He has this thing. He has an aura. Disappointed dad mode, which is part of it. He also, when he was on the drug and when he gets back on it, when he gets back on the immortality serum, he gets psychometry, so he can touch an object of yours and, like, pull memories out. It's really sensitive. It was, like, barely useful when he was in OSS taking the original drug on Doc's formula. It takes a while to control, but he can pull shit from childhood. He doesn't like to do it. He doesn't like to invade people's privacy. He's a good man. The intimidation aura. Sometimes he can use that to slow people down. It's pretty cool. Supernatural perception observation skills. He is really good at observing people. Like, he is, like, really perceptive. Trickster's ride or die. Old friend a pilot. Has tons of connections and favors. People owe him shit, so people don't generally mess with his mercenary group, even after Doc joins, because he has a lot of connections. We don't know how, we don't know why, we don't know who. Favors. Lots of favors. Highest pain threshold, highest stamina, second sturdiest member, fastest reflexes when he uses the aura. There you go. And that's the gang. That's the gang. It's kind of like a redo of the creepy and crawly image with Alistair in the middle. I gotta fix the chair, but this is going up the 16th. So, yeah. 12, 16. I don't know how to write dates, that's how fucking blasted I am. I'm gonna finish the other one, hopefully tomorrow. That's the whole DA crew right there. Yeah, you know, making up a lot of those outfits on the fly. I might change Gunslinger, might change PK. Flesh up maybe a few more details on Sniper, but maybe not that much. But yeah, there's the boys. 3 hours in. 3 hours in, right now. Yeah, you'll have to check socials for that, see when that goes up. I'm gonna try and take my time. We'll see. I've got a lot of stuff to do. I don't have to paint as many cookies though, so. My voice is shot. Last stream of the year should be next week. Maybe. There may be a stream after Christmas. Definitely in January because we have to get to... there's gonna be the last festival for Monster Hunter. Him Fest? No. Something like that. Monster Hunter. We're not gonna take GOG right away, but we are gonna do some event quests. So we'll try that. So, I'm gonna let you guys have a good weekend. Have a good night. Take care of yourselves. Keep me in your thoughts. I've got a lot of medical stuff coming up and I need all the luck I can get. So just, thank you. Keep me in your thoughts. You don't have to donate to Ko-Fi. Just donate to DO-Fi. I will catch you guys next week. Last drawing, probably not as long as this, maybe an hour and a half. I don't know if we're definitely not gonna go 3 hours like we did. You guys have a good weekend. Have a good night. Have a good holiday. Hope you get lots of nice gifts. Get more shopping done over the weekend. Alright, yep. See you later, Caustic Acid. See you later, Decon. And Sam, thank you for coming in. I still have to upload a couple things, so this might go up sometime next week. So, night.